Hello dear students, welcome back. As we were reading the chapter The Lost Child from your book Moments. So till now what did we read? What can you see over here? Yes, I know you are finding it really interesting. See, if we find a fair scene like this in front of us, how keen and how super excited we would be to go and visit this fair. And so was the child. He was really very happy. While he was coming all the way from his home to attend this village fair. As we can see over here that there are so many shops around while entering the fair, and similarly the child also got distracted. He felt like going and having all the sweets around, but he knew his parents would not buy it for them or for him. He also wanted a garland, that also he knew would not be provided to. And then he saw the balloon person, a man selling balloons on a pole, and he wanted a balloon, but he knew again that the reply would be a big no from his parents. Just then he also got carried away by looking at the snake charmer, who was playing a beautiful melody on which the snake seemed to be swinging and dancing. It was just when he decided to finally have a ride on a roundabout. He made up his mind and requested his father. And as he turned back, he was really scared and threatened, as his parents were nowhere around. In between a huge crowd, he found himself all alone. As he could not see his parents around, he ran here and there, and still he could not find them. Caught amid such a huge crowd, the child started crying. As he had read that a few moments before, he wanted so many things. He wanted to have a ride on the swing. He wanted to have a flavor and taste of the sweets. He wanted a garland. He wanted balloons. He wanted so many things. But just the other moment, when he was lost and he was away from his parents, he did not want anything else. The only thing that he wanted more and more were his parents. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine, to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering, "Mother, father." So what happened? The boy ran towards a temple which was crowded with people. He ran in between the legs of men, calling out for his parents. The whole area was congested, means full of men and women. And his sob means crying very slowly. Lingering means kept continued. Mother, father, near the entrance to the temple. However, the crowd became very thick. Means the crowd, there were a lot of people. Men jostled each other. Heavy men with flashing murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. The poor child struggled to thrust away between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. He might have been trampled underfoot had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, "Father! Mother!" A man in the surging crowd heard his cry and, stooping with great difficulty, lifted him up in his arms. Now the crowd was pushing each other as he neared the entrance of the temple. The boy got scared. Why? Because the people seemed to be huge. As he was a little child, and people seemed to be huge with hefty, means large and heavy shoulders, and he was knocked to and fro, means he was hit here and there by such a huge crowd of people, and he felt their movements were very brutal, harsh and rough. See, you would remember, if you get caught in between a huge crowd, so much of pushing and pulling is there. You feel that all the people grow wild when there is a huge crowd and you have to cross it. And he feared that he would get trampled, means crushed, under the foot of such big men and women around. And he shrieked, shouted at the top of his pitch. Just when a man in the surging crowd, surging means that the crowd seemed to be powerful and which was increasing, and out of that a man appeared who heard his cry, and he stooped down with great difficulty, because there was a huge crowd of people who were, some were entering, some were exiting from the fair, and lifted the child in his arms. "How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you?" the man asked as he steered clear of the mass. He just cleared the people, mass means people, and he came near the child and he asked him who he was, who were his parents, why was he crying. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, "I want my mother, I want my father." The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. "Will you have a ride on the horse? Will you have a ride on the horse?" he gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs and he only shouted, "I want my mother, I want my Now when the man found the child to be crying bitterly and he could not be stopped, the man tried to relax the child by taking him to the roundabout swing, and he offered him a ride. But the child screamed and wept loudly because he no more wanted to have a ride. He only wanted to have his parents. You can see this man over here who is trying to pacify the child and to make him keep quiet, and he asks him if he wants to take a ride, if he wants to go near the snake charmer, but the child wouldn't stop. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute, to the swaying cobra. "Listen to that nice music, child," he pleaded, but the child shut his ears. The man pleaded. He asked him, requested him, "Please, my child, please keep quiet. See, look at the snake, how nicely the snake is dancing. I want my mother, I want my father." The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. But the child did not stop crying. "Would you like a rainbow-colored balloon?" he persuasively asked. Now the man forced the child and asked him if he wanted some balloons. Maybe he thought the child was feeling shy and did not say yes. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and kept on crying, "I want my mother, I want my father." The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Now children, you can see over here that how one after the other, unknowingly, the man offered him all those things that the child had desired a few moments before. But when the time came when there was someone who was offering him such beautiful things which his parents would have never even offered and never ever would have bought for him, he had such a bright opportunity of enjoying the roundabout, of listening to the snake charmer's music, going near the snake, of getting beautiful colorful balloons, getting a garland, getting the sweets. But at this moment he had understood that if his parents were not there, he would not be happy in any other moment. "Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child?" the man said. "Would you like a garland to put round your neck?" The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated his sob. "I want my mother. I want my father." Reiterated, he kept on saying that he wanted his mother, he wanted his father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. "What sweets would you like, child?" he asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, "I want my mother, I want my father." In order to make the child happy, the man offered him to have some sweets. But the child seemed to be disconsolate, means very unhappy. He was unable to be comforted, and he did not want any of his favorite sweet, but he wanted only and only his parents. So children, at the end of this beautiful story, what are the few things that we learned? That many things seem to be very attractive in real life, but we cannot have all of them. One must not take them everything seriously, whatever one finds interesting, because one is we cannot have all of them, and second, we should learn to appreciate what we have with us in our life. The story tells us a very strong message that children love their parents unconditionally, as the parents also love their children unconditionally. The lost child thinks of his father and his mother as strict and not giving him toys, sweets, garlands, or whatever he wishes. But he never thought that perhaps his parents would not be able to buy those things for him. Maybe they wanted to buy him many more things, but they were not able to. But he realized this at the end of the story, that what was important for him was the love and affection that he got from his parents, the strong bond of togetherness that he had. Another important thing that you learn from this story: should not roam around here and there in crowded places, and we should not be greedy for things that we find around. It is when we lose something then we realize the real value, and we should always value the things that we have with us rather than trying to get all that is around. So children, please read the chapter and look at the videos and try to understand the story better. Thank you and bye for now.